We're running out of time, Anubarak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Arthas!
The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anubarak and the others survived. At last. I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. Finally. This is more like it. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. Now, Frostmourne. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. More of the Nerubian's blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Another quake? At last. You will know endless torment. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. For the Lich King. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. Faithless coward. Your pain shall be legendary. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. For the Lich King. At last. You will know endless torment. This is more like it. Finally. Finally. Your pain shall be legendary. This is more like it. At last. I must find a way across this strange obstacle. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Inventory is full.
At last. Finally. This is more like it. At last. For the Lich King. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Faithless coward. At last. Anubarak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
What is it now? This is more like it.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
At last. Something's breaking through. Defensive positions! No one orders me around. You will know endless torment. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it.
Time is fleeting. King. I serve only the frozen
What is it now? I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit.
Frostmourne.
They're blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
Orders me around. Speak, fool. Your pain shall be legendary.
I have heard the summons.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool. This is more like it. At last. At last. You will know endless torment. What is it now? Insufficient mana. Tread lightly. This is more like it. What is it now? Finally. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.